So, well, Laura has come round to meet us so that she can get an idea of how you live and to what extent she might be able to help you.
I know, dear, I know that. You've already told me 100 times. My daughter has a tendency to repeat herself. But you know what it's like, it's an age thing. Would you like a drink?
You're very kind, but no thanks.
An aperitif, are you sure? No? An aperitif? Time for an aperitif? No, no. Oh, hang on. Just a moment, I'll be back.
He's gone to find his watch.
I must say, he's charming.
Yeah, not always.
Just as I thought, time for an aperitif. I have two watches. I've always had two, one on my wrist and the other in my head. Well, it's always been that way. Now, what would you like, young lady?
Dad?
Well, I'm allowed to offer, I guess, a drink, am I not? What would it be?
What are you going to have?
Small whiskey.
Well, then I'll have the same.
Two! Splendid! Two small whiskies coming up. And please. It's okay, Anne. I'm not going to offer you a drink. She never touches alcohol, never, not a drop.
It's true.
Never, not a drop, yeah. That's why she seems so,
So what?
sober. Her mother was the same. Her mother was the soberest woman I've ever met. Oh, dear. Silly. Yeah, whereas her little sister, now that was quite a different story.
Oh, you have two daughters?
Yes, even though I hardly ever hear from the other one. All the same, she's was always my favourite. She was a painter. Look, there you are, the pirouette. Isn't it beautiful, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yes. A dazzling girl. I don't understand why she never gets in touch, never. Your whiskey.
Thank you.
Cheers. Oh. Ha. Oh. Do you know, I'd give everything I own for a glass of whiskey, don't you agree?
Well, I don't own all that much, so...
Oh, really? What do you do for a living?
I look after other people.
Other people?
Yeah, my job is to help people who need help.
Oh. Sounds like one of those girls you're always trying to dump off on me, dear. Must be a difficult job, though, isn't it? I mean, spending all day with one of those... Ugh, I mean, I couldn't stand it. Am I right? I did myself.
What about you? What did you do for a living?
Oh, I was a dancer.
Were you?
Yes.
Dad?
What?
You're an engineer.
What do you know about it? Yes, tap dancing was my specialty.
Really?
You seem surprised.
Yeah, a little bit.
Why, don't you believe me, or you find that difficult to imagine?
Of course, it's just... I've always loved tap dancing.
You really? Wow, I'm still great at it. I'll show you. Aye! Jolly good. Why are you laughing?
Sorry.
I know who she reminds me of.
Who?
It's Lucy when she was younger.
Lucy.
Yeah, my other daughter. That's right. There's a resemblance, don't you think?
Yeah, maybe.
Yes. Yes. Her unbearable habit of laughing inanely. I had you there, didn't I? You see, the situation is very simple. I've lived in this flat for some time now. I'm extremely attached to it. And I bought it more than 30 years ago. Can you imagine? You weren't even born. Yes, it's a big flat, very nice. It's very big. And I've been very happy here. Anyway, my daughter is very interested in it.
What are you talking about?
You see, my daughter is of the opinion that I cannot manage on my own, so she's moved in with me ostensibly to help me with this man she met not long ago, just after her divorce. Yeah. There's a very bad influence on her, I have to tell you.
What are you talking about, Dad?
So now she would like to convince me that I really cannot manage on my own, and the next stage will be to send me away. I don't know. Obviously, it'll be a much more efficient way of getting hold of my flat, but it's not going to happen that way. Sorry, dear. I may as well tell you now. I'm not leaving this flat anytime soon. I'm going to outlive you. Both of you. I don't know about you, but my daughter, yes. Yeah. In fact, I'm going to make a point about it. I'm going to inherit from her, not the other way around. And the day of her funeral, I shall give a little speech to remind everyone how heartless and manipulative she was.
I'm so sorry about this.
Why? She understands perfectly. You're the one who doesn't understand. See, I've been trying to convince her for months that I can manage very well on my own. But she refuses to listen. I don't need any help from anyone. And I'm not going to leave my flat. All I want is for everyone to fuck off. Having said that, it's been a great pleasure. Au revoir, Toulouse.
I'm really very sorry about this.
You weren't kidding when he said he had his ways.
I'm really sorry.
Don't be. That sort of reaction's quite normal. It'll be all right.
Do you think?
Yeah.
My name's Clayton Davis. I'm the Film Awards editor at Variety. Thanks for joining me today. I'm here with Anthony Hopkins, Olivia Colman, and Florian Zeller, writer and director of The Father. Florian, I guess my first question is going to be to you. The Bible says that we are all made in God's image, but I believe that actors are made in the directors. So do you believe that to be true after working with Olivia and Anthony?
Yes. I was lucky enough to have this opportunity to work with legend, and it was such an intense and joyful and unique opportunity. So I'm very grateful to them.
Anthony and Olivia, any thoughts about, working with, a first-time director like Florian?
It's extraordinary. He just did it. There was no fuss. There was no nonsense. There was nothing. It was easy. One of the best times I've had in a long, long time. It was a wonderful, wonderful director.
Florian was so brilliant in his first attempt. He was better in his first film than many directors are after their 10th. It was so relaxed, and so everyone was. We all knew we were in good hands. With impeccable taste and such humility and intelligence and gentleness, and we would have followed him anywhere, I think.
Thank you, but everything is easier when you work with such great actors. Everything is easy. What I had to do was not that much in the end.
The scene that we saw that we just watched the clip. How many takes did you guys all take for that scene?
That was one of the more complicated ones, wasn't it? Because you had to walk around. There was a camera. So that took a couple more than we would normally have done, I think.
Yeah,
but I
because
wouldn't know.
We had some lighting issues because we have to do that circle in the space.
It
was not so many takes as far as I remember.
Yeah.
No.
And most of the time it was not so many takes because we made the decision not to rehearse before the shooting, and because I wanted to be as far as possible from the theatrical experience, because what I didn't want to do is just to film a play. I wanted to do something very cinematic. And so every day we were doing like a blocking and a conversation and a small rehearsal. And I wanted to keep this fresh energy every day.
It was lovely. We did sort of 1 or 2 takes of most things, didn't we?
Yeah.
Florian, I'm glad you mentioned lighting, because the lighting changes in the scene once Anthony Hopkins, quote unquote, insults Laura. As soon as he lands the insult, it kind of it brightens up.
In many places in the film, there are small changes like that, so that you can understand that this is the continuation of the scene, but as if it is at the same time as if it was another day, another moment, another. So you're never quite sure of where you are and when you are, because I wanted The Father to be not only a story, but an experience, of what it could mean to lose your bearings.
My next question is for Olivia. There's a face you have in the film. I call it just a pit in your stomach look. You're like, oh my God, I'm going to die if he says the wrong thing. Can you talk a little bit about that?
There was a sort of acting guru at my old drama school. He was about 98 by the time I got there, but he always said acting is reacting, and it's all it is. And just that, waiting, you want a carer to come into your life to help, to make your life easier, but oh my God, he could send her away with just the wrong thing. He's going to hurt someone, say something wrong. That I think it's just reacting to what he's saying. It's just a natural response.
There's so much of a story that is in the past of your character. Was that part of, you holding or internalizing a lot of those emotions?
Yeah, well, just knowing that he keeps talking about his other daughter in such glowing terms, and you can sort of imagine that I'm the one that's here. And I lost her too, but that's, it makes me feel a bit thinking about it. It's a sad situation that this character finds herself in, so you can't really help but sort of feel it all and carry it.
Absolutely. Sir Anthony Hopkins, in this scene where you talk about being a dancer, one time being a dancer, when you start walking around the room, the camera almost does a waltz with you, and you almost act as of a waltz. Did you kind of see that in that scene in terms of how to convey those emotions?
Yeah, well, I will say this. And somebody asked me the other day about acting. I said, when you memorize and you learn the script and you pack all the words into the brain and whatever mechanism, the connection of mind, body, and all that stuff, I don't know. But once you've learned it all, once you know it and you relax, those thoughts will take your body around. It'll move you around. It does take you over. I don't mean in a method where you become hypnotized, but you are giving yourself information, and it'll move your body in a relaxed way. And it'll maybe make you dance around a bit. And you'd be surprised what it does. The power of knowing those words, although they're not yours, they're somebody else's, they're Florian's, so it'll move your body around and you respond. And it takes a lot of experience to do that, but you have to trust that. That's all.
There's the beauty of the film is all in these like kind of little subtleties in a moment that just end up like pebbles in your pocket. You throw a pebble in your pocket, it's nothing, but you start throwing them, starts accumulating over time. Was that some of your was that your goal when constructing this?
Yes, I think so. Anthony leaves the room and you have Olivia saying, do you think so? And she does at that moment something extraordinary. She cries because, she's very emotional because of what just happened. But at the same time, she smiles because she wants to hide her emotion. And at the same time, she's trying to hide her smile, so you have those three layers of interpretation, and it's done. It's like a miracle appearing on her face, and to me it tells a lot because it tells the complexity of that relationship. We don't have to know exactly what was the past between the father and the daughter. We just feel it. We just feel that it's more complicated than just that scene. Through a look, through a gesture, we understand maybe the whole story of their relationship.
Mr. Hopkins, if you don't mind me saying, there's only one time I don't like you in the movie. It's in this scene because you make Olivia you do make her cry, but like Olivia's so good at keeping like the welts of her tears like right there, but never letting them fall. She has like a reserve in her tear ducts. Did you, when you were filming some of these back and forth with her, did you ever feel like I'm really like destroying this woman on set right now?
Of course, when I see Olivia breaking, I felt I didn't feel good about it. I said to her, I'm so sorry I have to do this because it's terrible to do that. And even on the film set, even though you're acting and you can go and have a cup of tea afterwards, it still hurts. It still is painful. Because Olivia's reaction it is pain. And I did not enjoy doing that. Part of the actor of me, of course, enjoys the exercise of doing it. You're in two places at once. You're in yourself and the acting. So that's where you just have to. It's a game. It's all a game.
It was important for me to hear that you felt bad, though. I just needed that more from you than anybody else. Can we talk about the color blue? Because there's, Olivia's in blue. There's like a blue tone.
It's true that it's something important in the journey of the film, visual journey of the film, because the first apartment is Anthony's apartment, and it's green and yellowish atmosphere. And step by step, we have small touches of blue, and the apartment itself, it's becoming more and more blue, and the pieces of furniture are disappearing step by step. I hope in a subtle way, again, so that you don't notice it. It's just that a metamorphosis you just intuitively understand. And step by step, the space become the hospital, which is like a blue corridor. So I knew that it was the destination, that blue corridor, and I had to go step by step to that blue world. But what I wanted to do is to stay in that apartment in order to that space to become like a mental space, and to use it in a very cinematic way, to be able to remove a wall, to change the proportion, to create again this feeling of disorientation. And the journey to go from this atmosphere to a more blue and blue atmosphere was really my intention. So thank you for noticing it.
Wow, brilliant. I need to watch it again.
There's a lot of times where the camera just lingers and stays with Anthony. If you talk a little bit about those just moments of silence.
What I wanted for that scene is for the audience not to be certain of what he was aware or not, the character Anthony, because he's acting as if he was not aware of the fact that this new carer is here for him. He's not aware that maybe this is not his apartment, even though he's claiming that this is his apartment, and this is like a game about where we are and where we are not anymore.
I think what Anthony is saying to himself is, they think I'm stupid. They think I'm half asleep, but I'm going to show them I am very well aware of what they're up to, and they think they can get a last laugh on me, but I'm going to destroy them all. So when I come in and then, she's hello, charming and all that, Imogen says to Olivia, he's charming. Yes, not always. You laugh. No. And then you see the whole history of what's going on. So that's already signaling to the audience or the watcher that this is not going to be easy.
My final question for you all. Do you see a connection of the film to real life right now? And then what do you want people to take away from it moving forward?
The moment when Olivia leaves me there in the home, Olivia getting into the cab, on her face is the desolation of life, the desolation of everything, really. It's a parallel to our times.
Yeah. And Florian?
So this film is not about dementia. It's about, dealing with elderly parents. It's about love. It's about, this relationship between a father and a daughter. In a way, it's a love story between father and a daughter. And I would love just people to feel that and to maybe to just to realize that we are alive, and it means a lot.
It's Olivia Colman.
Yes, I was thinking, I think Tony said earlier, there's something about being in this apartment, and the film is made just in this apartment. A couple of occasions when we're outside it, but there's that sort of, we know how that feels at the moment, being within four walls. And that I really want to go and visit my parents, but I'm nervous. I don't want to be the one that hurts them, that takes something unwillingly. That sort of separation between that you're trapped, you can't get out, you can't see the ones you love. And I've also seen so much beauty during this whole process, and people putting a note under the neighbour's door going, if you need anything, this is my number. So much beauty came out of it, which we mustn't forget, and care for each other. So, and this film is a love story about a father and a daughter, and I do think in that respect there is so much love that's happening at the moment, and we should be proud of the amount of love that is going on.
It's amazing. Thank you. Thank you for joining me today, writer-director Florian Zeller, Sir Anthony Hopkins, Your Majesty, Olivia Colman. Thank you for being here, and congratulations on a fantastic film and everything that you guys are going to be celebrating this year. We look
Thank you
forward
very
to it.
much.
Thank you,
Thank you so
Clayton.
much. Thank you, Clayton.